Hello everyone and welcome back. I am Duke Silver. Today we are going to be playing some Morgan Le Fay. And yeah, we start off with a couple of mice in the shop. We hit the roll the dice, kind of hoping for the mouse, but I mean we take the poly here as well. We did lock the mouse pair just in case. I mean when you see two in the shop this early, I think it's fine to speculate on. Also, we get the poly slay and survive here. Unfortunately, we are in the back row, so Stag doesn't get any value on that second attack, but we still end up with the tie, which we are happy to take, even though we don't get our magic research. We picked up a Minotaur as well, just because, just in case we need an egg buster or something. That's why I wanted to play the Minotaur in the back and over the two mouse, which may be value trade easier with a 5 toughness over 4. But yeah, that was kind of the logic there. We get a pretty unfortunate, this shop is can be okay, but I don't know, I think we can do better, and we take a roll. Unfortunately we don't do too much better, but we do pick up a couple things here. We get a Romeo plus a baby root is fine with the stag. I like being able to support the stag with toughness, just so it can potentially take a hit and still get to attack, because of course that stag attack is very, very good. And here I make a pretty big blunder. It's not game breaking or anything, but yeah, I just, for some reason my brain didn't register that that Ogre Princess is a monster, and I considered this Jekyll's concoction on the Minotaur, but I didn't consider just selling the Minotaur for the concoction onto the Fiona there, and yeah, that's definitely a mistake. 100% would have taken that back. Somebody did point that out in chat afterwards, and I felt like a real dummy. But like I said, it's fine. Again, it's not going to end up being game breaking or anything, but that's definitely a mistake before people point that out in the comments, I guess. Anyways, we pick up a second stag, so we get a pair here, which is nice. We still have no sign of this third mouse, but that's just the way it goes when you speculate on mouse early sometimes. We are still at 45 though, so feeling pretty good about our spot. We should be able to hold on and hold on to the hero power until we're at least level 5, which is ideally where you want to be getting your first treasure. I mean, of course, you want to go to 6 without going below 20, but I think level 5 treasures are strong enough to actually help you stabilize. Okay, we get a couple of mixed whistles there, so we get a monster book this turn. We're gonna leave our Cindy in, and yeah, we're gonna use this. Hopefully get us some spell value off this monster book, and we will, which is gonna allow us to get our Cindy next turn, no matter what, whether we find a cantrip or not. It didn't really matter because we do find a Genie's Wish in this shop, which we're gonna fire it off anyways, and we get a Beauty's Influence, which goes on to the Minotaur. Not something we care particularly about, and we're just gonna jam this lock chest again. We're still at 45. We pick up a Juliet to go with our Romeo, and yeah, we're feeling all right about our board spot. It's another sure shot, but I don't think we necessarily want to invest in level 2 pairs at this point. We need to find some level 4 characters and get our board moving here. I mean, in the meantime, we do have this Lucky, and the Romeo and Juliet will add a decent amount of power at least for the next couple turns, and this Lucky can add a little bit of econ as well. As long as we get these stag attacks, then we do have reasonable stats on our back line. But if we don't get them, then that is pretty disastrous. And yeah, we don't find anything else that we're super excited to buy here, so we just let it go. And yeah, the opponent's board looks like they're a lot stronger than we are, so it looks like we are going to take our first loss of the game here. No surprise, as we didn't improve nearly enough in that turn, and also Cursed King, generally high tempo heroes, so. We dropped to 39, but we do get the stag triple here, which we're hoping for either hat or ball, because I mean we have this lock chest ready to pop a level 3 in just a couple turns. Unfortunately, we get neither. Probably just Sting here. Sting, we can put the Ogre Princess or Sure Shot in one and then have it be relevant. Also, it allows us to get Lancelot done earlier. Power Orb is more stats overall, technically, but yeah, I think Sting just has a little bit more utility overall, and we can afford to play for utility with this amount of health at this stage in the game. We pick up a couple Amy's, just really solid, decently sized ranged units. We don't get our stag attack, unfortunately, but again, the Amy's are pretty decently sized ranged characters, and they are going to be enough combined with this Juliet to win that combat. Only one tick left on our locked chests, so we have to be cognizant of that. We don't really want another 3-pair here. I mean, we might have been able to triple it there. I say we don't want a 3-pair. We don't specifically want the stag pair, I guess, because the Ogre Princess pair, like if we can triple the Ogre Princess, I'm pretty happy to do that. Also, we take an XP. And hey, speaking of Ogre Princess triple, we are going to do that. We sell out of the mouse. We just never found the third one, and it's time to abandon it. As much as I want to take one of these Slay treasures, I think the play here is just to take the Haunted Helm. It just adds stats to the board. We only have one Slay character, and we don't really have a good path into Slay from here. This lock chest is about to pop, so just in case this treasure map, we're gonna lock the good level 5 characters anyways, but we're kind of hoping for the treasure map out of the lock chest. A couple awkward breaks there, but fortunately the Juliet does die before the Romeo, allowing us to get 2 Juliet summons this fight. There's a lot of Geppetto stats over there, but I mean, because we got the stag attack, these Amy's are big enough to shoot down the vulture. And hey, look at that treasure map out of our lock chest. We're also going to pick up this Robin. I mean, we could roll for the Neon, but I think just taking the improvement to our board is better. And again, we're at 42. We don't need to rush this. We don't need this level 7 or 6 treasure to stabilize. So we're pretty happy to just pick up a couple 5s here and see which one shows up first. And also, speaking of 5s, we did get this Tweedle out of the Ogre Princess Slay. We sold a couple of units just to gain 5 health, putting us up to 47 above our max or above our starting life total. And I mean, we did it mostly just to go to 6 next turn. We don't get our stag attack, opponent gets theirs, and yeah, that's a very large APOC board. We have a pretty hard time knocking any of their stuff down, and we take a big hit, so getting that 5 health kind of mattered. I mean, we're down to 33 after taking 14, but we do find our Neon immediately, as well as a second Robin Wood, which is nice. But yeah, because we went to 6 early, we're on level 6, and we just jammed the Holy Grail. I mean, there's no chance of us dying here, so it's a pretty easy Holy Grail there. I mean, in general, I think Holy Grail is the best pick as far as level 7 treasures go, just without any other context. I mean, World Tree can take time to build your board, whereas with Holy Grail, you just get to build your board immediately, and yeah, you're just instantly strong after a Holy Grail rather than World Tree. You can still whiff on units pretty well. Of course, if you already have good boys, Mirror Mirror is probably superior. If you already have a mix of Lordies and pumpkins and stuff, then World Tree becomes a lot better. But yeah, in a vacuum, I think Holy Grail just an easy pick above all level 7s without any additional context, of course. And we're taking a couple 5s here. We're basically hoping to find Staff, because I mean, Staff just makes our Holy Grail a lot better. Unfortunately, we are a little bit scattered with our Holy Grail here, as we're not finding a ton of cohesion with the pickups. But yeah, we end up picking a pumpkin there, and yeah, we don't get to triple our Ashwood. We don't triple our Good Boy. We do find a Golden Echo. I missed a Golden Neon, as well as I didn't have time to lock the double pumpkin in that shop, unfortunately. So honestly, Grail turn not much of a success here. We did get a Pandora's box out of it though, so hopefully that'll yield something good for us. We do pick up a tie against that is a World Tree board over there on Beauty. And yeah, there's that staff that we wanted 2 or 3 triples ago, but we get it now. So hopefully we can find either we find some burn beards, or we find some just really good or I guess Good Boy. Okay, there's the Good Boy triple. I was gonna say or the Good Boy stuff, and yeah, that is Good Boy stuff, as we have the Good Boy triple staring at us. I mean, it's a little bit awkward just because we've already got most of a tree board, but at the same time, we've got this magic sword that popped out of the Pandora's box that I failed to mention, which means the Golden Good Boy carries this sword pretty well. We've also got the Robin Wood, which plays on the Good Boy board, so we're still kind of between 2 comps, which is a little bit awkward, but I think this is still the play. For this, I think we're actually gonna bench the good boy for this turn though, and then we're gonna play the pumpkin and just play all our trees here. Unfortunately, we get our Herc scammed. We wanted the Herc in 1 just to get the level 6 treasure immediately, but again, unfortunately we get scammed here. Opponent pops out or we did deal with the pumpkin, which is good, but they do have a lot of cupids, which have some amount of attack, and the golden shadow assassin there just has enough attack to take down our golden Robin Hood with the help of a sarcophagus. So that's a little unfortunate. We found a beginning stone. Sorry. Yeah. With the beginning stone, like I don't know, we kind of want to find good boy stuff. Sorry about that. But also, like, with the Burnbeard staring at us, like, we can't just not take the Burnbeard, but we're also going to take the good boy. So again, things are a little bit awkward. We're definitely between two comps. Are able to cup the pumpkin though, and these Echo Woods, they're okay. Like, they're decently large. They have a lot of attack, but the health is still somewhat lacking. And yeah, I think with the Embiggening Stone, like, we kind of want to be good boy. With the Embiggening Stone plus the Magic Sword, I should say, we kind of want to be good boy. So I think that's the direction we're actually going to lean. I mean, if we find like a shop full of trees, we'll of course do that. But at the moment, I think the treasures that we have right now are pushing us towards good boy, anyways. It's just a bunch of good range characters, and the Golden Echo Wood with the good boy in the Magic Sword slot is just it's just better than playing a couple of trees. Like, we would need to golden this Ashwood, and then also golden the Burnbeard before the board becomes comparable to what the good boy's offering right now. There's a Gigantify, which maybe I should have just jammed right onto the good boy. The plus 10 health on the golden good boy does matter quite a bit, but instead we roll down, and there's another Burnbeard, but like, I don't think we can sell anything for it. We do get the lock on the Knighthood at the last second, and we're just gonna jam Knighthood onto the good boy here, the non-upgraded good boy, of course. We do get the hit onto the Medusa from the bonus attack with the Court Wizard. And yeah, I think we're just gonna Knighthood this good boy, and yeah, that's gonna be a lot of stats here. And there's another Lady of the Lake, but again, like, it's hard to say what we sell there. So I think or hard to say whether it's worth it to lock, I should say, which I don't think we did lock it there. And yeah, you can see, I mean, the Echo Wood, after both good boys are dead, you can see it has over 500 health, which is definitely an improvement over the tree ward we were playing. I mean, if we fire the Knighthood off on the Ashwood, like, maybe we can get it there or close to it. And yeah, we seem to be showing or being shown a lot of Burnbeards. But again, it's the Magic Sword, I think, is the difference between the way that I want to lean here. Like, Magic Sword with the Burnbeard is fine. It's an extra plus 100, which is definitely good. But at the end of the day, like, just 100 stats is not actually that relevant. Whereas Good Boy takes those that 100 attack and throws it all over the board. So that's just a little bit superior in my eyes in this spot. Another Lady of the Lake, which we are going to pass once again. We basically just need to find more good boys, I think, at this stage. But we don't want to evil twin them. I mean, with the Embiggening stats, basically, we want to get there. And there's the Gigantify. Like I said, the Gigantify onto the Golden Good Boy, I think, is worth it here. There was a ton of health all over the board, and that makes our Echo Wood very large. And yeah, this is the beauty that had World Tree, who has now found 9th book and turned into Trophy Hunter. So not only with these Tweedle last breaths, but also with the 9th book last breath ability, they're going to be casting just an absolute ton of spells here. And unfortunately, a final Pigomorph there does knock us down to 10. So that is going to be tough to deal with for sure. I consider picking up Mimic over the staff. We're gonna get out of staff right now just because we need to get the stats going. We need to get stronger if we're ever gonna beat this World Tree. But I think we're actually going to go with the Phoenix Feather. The Phoenix Boy is like, or Feather Boy is actually going to be quite effective, especially since we're going to put a bunch of health onto this 100 sword supported Tweedle, or supported Good Boy. And now I don't think there's anything, like, we could take Mimic, of course, but Mimic actually doesn't really help us that much, because if our Good Boy attacks and dies, then we have a Mimic Feather. Like, we just don't get any value out of that. And the Mimic 100 sword doesn't really matter either. Like, we have enough attack, so like the 200 attack would just become redundant at that point. We're gonna pick up Time Flies here. We're basically gonna hope that the Time Flies falls into the 100 sword slot, as well as maybe eats a spell from the 9th book player. Like, without World Tree, it doesn't get a bunch of stats, but I mean, it still gets gets 100 attack within in that first slot there. And I mean, those stats do get applied to the Echo Wood. Not that it matters too much. The almost 5,000 attack is again pretty redundant. All right, and we did lock the hero change as well when we took that Time Flies, just because like we wanted to see if we could find like a Muerte would be really good. Pan's Shadow to get our staff bag, Zelhua just to be able to like find things a little bit easier, or be able to buy stuff easier. But we take the King Midas. Basically, I'm kind of hoping to find a second Lady of the Lake and be able to combine that and add just a little bit, even just that little bit more toughness to the board. We don't find Lady, but we do find another Good Boy, and we have just enough to sell it to play it on board. And yeah, now we just hope that we can gain enough health to deny their slays, so they're not casting extra spells, as well as just like survive the onslaught of damage spells. I mean, of course, Pigomorphs and Poison Apples are going to be a bit much for us to deal with. Also, they have a Golden Bearstein, and we pop their Pumpkin first, which gives them a fair amount of stats there. But I mean, I think we outstat them by quite a bit. It's just about avoiding the scam here. The Cupid hit is a little unfortunate. There is a Poison Apple onto our Echo Wood, but fortunately we fade the final removal spell they need, and we do get there. We managed to weather the storm. We managed to deny enough slays so they don't get to cast enough spells, and yeah, we're just bigger than the World Tree, and we get there. So yeah, this was a wild one. A lot of really important decisions in this one, and like I think if we just go for trees, I don't know if we get there with just trees. It's hard to say though. Like, I mean, like, obviously things would have went differently if we just started picking up Burnbeards instead. But I think with the Magic Sword, with the Golden Good Boy that we had already, it felt like the right play. But I'm not 100% on that. But I did feel right at the time, and I think it still feels right at this point. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all the fun stuff that helps the algorithm. I would very, very much appreciate that. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, as always. And yeah, tomorrow I will be doing a 12-hour stream, so if you want to stop by and say hi, then I'll be live most of the day. But yeah, my Twitch is, as always, my Twitch is in the description. And I would love to see you over there. But again, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow.